different.
I think Jeremiah Smith.
You watched the UT Ohio State game, right?
Yes, I did.
You saw Jeremiah Smith, their freshman receiver, who's like the greatest receiver anybody's ever seen.
I've been watching him. I watch him. I watch his highlights. That motherfucker is one of my favorite athletes that have came out in a while.
I hypothesized he would be one of the 10 best receivers in the NFL right now.
That's tough to say off rip, just because the reason why I don't give a lot of credence to those arguments is because it's just a different game, right? There's been a lot of great athletes in college that can't translate, and it's not just. It is a lot of on the field stuff, right? Athletically, let me put this out. Athletically, like I said, he's one of my favorites to watch in a long time. But there's a lot of different things and nuances that people pick up from different kind of coverages, different kind of looks, different kind of presses. Do I think he can do it? Yeah, but until somebody does it, it's hard for me to say, because I've seen cats who look amazing on the practice field, amazing in college, and then when the lights come on in NFL, it should just go somewhere else. And so it's hard for me to say. I don't know. It's a different game. You're not playing against your mans who, gonna be pursuing some other profession.
It seems like receiver more than any other position, though, at least that I can think of. When you're a mega star in college, those guys almost always translate.
How tall is he?
6'3".
Yeah, like 6'3".
6'3".
I want to say he's like 220.
I would be surprised if he didn't. I'm just very reluctant to be like, yeah, he can just be top 10 right now. That's
6'3", 215. But you think he could play in the NFL right now for sure?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Yes.
He would be
top 10. Top 10 is like, bro.
After Chase Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. Who else?
I want to hear your top 10.
I'm trying to go through it.
Jamar Chase, Jefferson, Kupp. I would think about not having Kupp in my top 10 right now. But yeah, you're probably right.
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra.
Yep.
Amon-Ra.
You're looking at a list, Arian.
Devontae Adams. I'm definitely looking at a list.
You're looking at a list from 4 years ago.
I want to hear who Big T's top 10 are.
I'm bad at NFL, so I don't know.
I would put AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I would put him in there.
Yeah.
I would put Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
See, if you're, I'd put Jeremiah Smith up there with Tyreek Hill right now.
You're drunk.
I think Jeremiah Smith. I think he's going to be unbelievable.
I do too, but I hate these kind of like dog. What Tyreek Hill has done over the course of his career is just, it don't happen. It does not happen. And so to say that a kid can just do that, I gotta see it. I'm not doubting him. He's, like I said, he's one of my favorite players to watch. But I'm very hesitant to see if cats could do that shit in the league. It's a different, bro, when we wake up in the morning, we podcast, we drink coffee, and there's DBs that wake up and learn and are working on a technique to press you. This is different. It's a different level. It's a professional game. I do know. But Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers to come out in a long time. Now, granted, I'm on some old head shit where the rules are different and these low receivers are getting away with a lot more than my era. But still, Tyreek Hill is amazing, dog. I just be pumping the brakes on some of these what they can and can't do.
He would be the number 1 pick in the draft this year.
So how did Buddy do the best receiver from last year? How did he do this year? I don't even know. Marvin Harrison Jr., how you do?
Well, I was always woke on Marvin Harrison Jr., but
I'm for the record. What you mean? Wait, before Big T says anything.
Ironically using that word?
No, I'm using it seriously, but
I want to say something on behalf of the podcast.
I appreciate you, Big T. Let's take Vogue back.
Marvin Harrison and Marvin Harrison Jr., I think they're great people. And if you're listening to this, nothing but love for your family. That's the official statement of the Macrodosing podcast. All right, Big T, as you were.
He had 62 catches for 885 yards and 8 touchdowns.
I don't think that's top season. 10, right? But last year he was easily one of the best colleges.
Well, everybody always said that. He was not the best receiver in college football in any season in which he played. And yet everybody always just kind of anointed him.
Maserati Marv.
I'm glad I never have to hear that again. But But yeah, he had a fine
who was
rookie
the best
season.
receiver last year if it wasn't him?
Luther Burden from Missouri. 2 years ago was Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. Now Marvin Harrison, very good, very talented.
Well, so okay, let's go to your point. Look at those two cats in their production in the league thus far. It's not top 10 worthy, right? Now, I do
Sure,
think
but
he's a
Jalen
very
Hyatt
special.
wasn't a like.
Also,
When I'm saying mega stars, I'm saying Calvin Johnson.
I think Malik Neighbors was a great receiver.
But
in
I'm
college.
talking like generational wide receiver talent.
Okay,
Like
I'm gonna take you back here. Somebody who I thought was gonna be way better in the league, but they were like
Jefferson and
probably
Chase.
the best receiver college football I've ever seen, and who he has many babies, of which I am one. Reggie Bush is one, right? We are sons of this man's game. Peter Ward. Peter Ward was probably one of the most generational talents that college football has seen, and I don't think that he did in the league what I thought he was going to do. Granted, there were some injuries and stuff, but still, he was a generational talent.
Yeah, I mean there are going to be a lot of cases like that, but I think Jeremiah Smith, like,
He's amazing.
I think he's
I'm
going to
rooting for
be.
him.
I think he will be the best receiver in the NFL for many years.
I'm also excited about cut from Alabama, Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams.
Yeah. So I was going to say he could probably do something in the league. He doesn't have the size that you see where, you can just instantly be a physical impact, but he's got all the athleticism.
But the rules are skewed in those receivers' favor nowadays. So it's size is less and less important as it was like in my era, in the era before myself.
Terry McLaurin, I would put him top 10.
Sure.
Thank you. Maybe Drake London.
Jeremiah Smith, Drake London's better than him, but in 2 years, Jeremiah Smith will be way better than
Nico
Drake London.
Collins. I'll put him top 10.
Yeah.
When I first got in the league, there was somebody told me this, and which I kind of like hold on to, which is like, I think you can surprisingly have a good season. But what's impressive is when you have a second or third or fourth good season. That's when you know you're a legit, like dominant force in the NFL, is because defensive coordinators have a bunch of game tape on you and they game plan for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how do we contain this player? And when that happens, I've seen a bunch of guys have good games or good seasons, and then the next year it's okay, or the next game it's like, okay, this is how we contain him, and they shut that shit down because it's a difference schematically. Like they game plan that shit to stop you, and that's when you got a target on your back in the NFL and you still busting, it's a different level, and so that can make or break players. I don't know. Like I said, I'm rooting for him. Very fun to watch. Very fun to watch. I wish him nothing but success.
So who do you have winning it all, Aaron?
It's gonna be hard to beat Ohio State. They on a run right now.
They're gonna dog walk Texas and whoever they play after that.
It's looking like that. The fact that Georgia got smacked like that, it just blew my mind. Like,
They were on their backup quarterback.
touche, but still, that was a spanking. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited to watch the joint.
It should be good.
Oregon like that too. Jesus Christ, man.